We are just 9 days away from the NFL draft. Can you smell it? Oh, it's amazing. I'm ready next Thursday to hear dun 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 dun. Dun. And it's the Titans' first pick. They will be the first team to make a selection in the NFL draft. So if you're excited, go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon. Welcome into the Titans today. I am your host, Brett Alper, and what I'm calling it, pretty much, I think everybody's calling it at this point, the NFL's worst kept secret, that Cam Ward is going to be a Tennessee Titan. And the Athletics NFL insider, she's the NFL's Adam Schefter, Dianna Russini, her recent comments make it just more and more clear that he's going to be selected by Tennessee. She said this on her podcast with Chase Daniel, Scoop City. Tennessee's really taking their time. Granted, they've done a tons of work, and they've made it apparent, very apparent, after they canceled that Shedeur Sanders workout in Colorado last week, that, look, we love the kid, but we know who we're getting married to here, meaning we're getting married to Cam Ward. And she's going back to this, where last week, Jim Wyatt, he's the Titans, TennesseeTitans.com reporter, he tweeted this after yesterday's Colorado Pro Day. Tennessee Titans brass met with Shedeur Sanders camp, and parties agreed to cancel the upcoming private workout. The Titans have seen 4 years of game film, scattered multiple games, and now attended a pro day they described as very impressive. Look, you went to Miami Pro Day, and you still had a workout with Cam Ward. It's just becoming to a point where you hear Mike Borgonzi and Brian Callahan say, we're keeping our options open. We might make a trade. We might not. We don't know who we're drafting. We don't know yet. It's very clear. It is evidently clear that they're taking Cam Ward. And they've been just awful. And I mean awful at hiding how much they love him. Like, going back, sending your whole entire organization to Pro Day. Like, for example, the Giants, they probably want Travis Hunter. They sent their whole brass to Colorado Pro Day. The Titans did it at Miami Pro Day. And now pretty much after a Colorado Pro Day and you cancel your workout with the second best quarterback in the NFL draft, it's clear as day. Like, okay, we know who we want here. You heard Dianna Russini say it. We love the kid. It's like, yeah, we love this girl. But this girl's just so much better, and we have the opportunity to choose. We're not having the opportunity to just have it be landed in our lap. No, we can choose. And we're going to go with Cam Ward. I went digging around some of the online sports books in Vegas. They are pretty much saying they're putting the hammer down on whether or not Cam Ward is going to be number one. I looked at the draft odds. Cam Ward's a minus 20,000. Minus 20,000. That is, you could throw the house on it. You could throw your mortgage, your rent, your car, everything you possibly own. If you bet $20,000, you know how much you win? $20,100. You only win $100. That is a absolute lock. Put the key in, throw it away. It is a lock. Cam Ward's going number one. And I really don't think the Titans are going to trade the pick. I mean, we're about to go into that soon, but this is the pick that they have to make. I mean, I've said it before on this channel. Brian Callahan, you get one opportunity, brother. One shot to prove to Mike Borgonzi, the new general manager of the Tennessee Titans, because he did not hire you. He didn't hire you for this job. He could go in and bring in a new coach that he wants to hire. So you get one shot, then proving that you can handle being the Tennessee Titans head coach. And if you draft Cam Ward, that gives you a way better chance. Not to mention, Callahan has a history with, I'm not even going to say good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks. Back in 2012 to 2016, Brian Callahan was with the Denver Broncos as an offensive assistant. Who was the quarterback of the Denver Broncos at that time from 2012 to 2015, 2016? Well, a guy named Peyton Manning. We know all about him. And then after that, where was he at? He was with the Cincinnati Bengals. Who was the Bengals quarterback before he became the Titans head coach? Who was the Bengals quarterback? Oh, yeah, Joe Burrow. who, if the Bengals made the playoffs, that guy would have won MVP. Brian Callahan knows his quarterbacks. He knows his quarterbacks. So I think drafting Cam Ward, it gives him a way better shot. And if you win 7 games in a week, and I mean weak AFC South, your job security is good. But if you have another season going 3-14, gone. Now, that goes into my next thing. With Brian Callahan knowing quarterbacks and knowing that his job is on the line, the chance of a trade is pretty much gonzo. Like, see ya, get it out. I know people were saying, oh, what if they got this? What if they got that? Trade ain't happening, guys. Trade is not happening. Dianna Russini talking about Cam Ward on the podcast. She also talked about a potential trade. And she said this: I haven't found anyone in football right now that has said to me, oh, be careful. They may just be doing all this to see if New York will come up and make some historic trade to get up there. And I think that's what it would take. If it were to ever get to that point, it would almost have to be something we've almost never seen before. And Mike Borgonzi, he's coming from a Super Bowl winning, a dynasty building franchise in the Kansas City Chiefs. So he's got that chief in him. He's learned from Brett Veach. And Brett Veach is one guy who knows to get trades done and knows to kind of finagle his way into always winning those trades. If we hear our Chiefs report guy, Tyler Jones, the Veach has done it again. Brett Veach is a great GM, and who was under him for all that time? Mike Borgonzi, who's now in Tennessee. So, talking about that trade that we've never seen before, what could that trade entail? Well, I was looking, searching, and I've talked about it, and the Giants were the number 1 team that wanted that first pick because of that culture win that they got against the Colts. Thank you, Drew Lock, because now the Tennessee Titans went into that number 1 spot. They had to trade up, and a Giants insider, say he's got sources, Slick Rick, he tweeted out this. As people have alluded to, the Giants and Titans are working on a deal for the first pick at the NFL Combine, the number 3 pick, and several 2025 and 2026 day 2 picks. Sticking point was that the Titans wanted a 2026 first and that 3rd pick in the draft. But Giants wouldn't do that, and they would continue to monitor. And after hosting Cam, after seeing him in person, getting that workout, the Titans were so impressed that they raised their asking price to include the 2027 first. The Giants haven't caved and probably won't. And then the Browns, that doesn't really matter. But that is just absolutely crazy. The 3rd pick in this year's draft, the 1st pick in next year's draft, and the first round pick in 2027. Because honestly, I think the Giants are going to be that good, so you're probably going to end up getting another top 10 pick. So that'd be 3 top 10 picks, and then day 2 picks too. They're trying to fleece. They're trying to be like, we make you an offer to me that you cannot and will not refuse. Titans are trying to fleece here. Mike Borgonzi's like, yeah, we know who our guy is, but I mean, if you want to give us the deal of a lifetime and you want to be all over the news as the laughing stock of the NFL because you get Cam Ward for 3 firsts and a bunch of seconds and thirds, that'd be absolutely insane. But it's not happening. It is not happening at this point. So let me ask you guys, if you got a trade offer, something like that, or even anything, would you want the Titans to trade the first pick? I'm going to put this down in the comment section as the pinned comment. Would you want the Titans to trade the first pick? Type T for trade or type K for keep. Now, we are 9 days away from the draft. It's kind of getting a little slow here. We've already seen most of the people's pro days, and it has become absolute hot take season. I love Cam Ward. But some people on ESPN, they're going outlandish takes. We're going to break that all down coming up later. But first, I got to tell you about today's sponsor, and that is Game Time. I've said it before, guys. I always use Game Time when I want to go get tickets for a sporting event. And it doesn't matter if it's my favorite teams or not favorite teams. If I'm able to sit down in that sport atmosphere, I am going. When Luka Doncic got traded and Anthony Davis, it was his first game with the Dallas Mavericks. I used Game Time to go get my ticket, and I got it less than 2 hours before game time. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier, and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. and it's even for hard-to-get playoff seats. Prices on the Game Time Act actually go down the closer it gets to tip-off. But killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets. If you want to go see the Nashville Predators last 2 games of the season, you can use the Game Time app. You got Vanderbilt baseball. You got the Sounds. You got MLS season. Use Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase where terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Support the show, support the sponsor. What time is it? It's game time. All right. I said it. I love Cam Ward, but we are at the point of bad, and I mean bad takes with comparisons. Kevin Clark of ESPN, he went on Get Up, and he was talking about Cam Ward as a prospect and the Titans cannot not draft him. He said, as a prospect, he is the closest thing to Patrick Mahomes since Patrick Mahomes. I mean, at this point, what are we doing? Like, are we 9 days away? Like, with this being so close to the draft, are we just saying hot takes just because we're like, we need content? I mean, what are we doing? I remember going back to 2017, and this guy Patrick Mahomes was in the draft, and people are like, yeah, he's erratic. He throws a lot of touchdowns. He throws a lot of yards, but he can create a lot of turnover-worthy plays. He wasn't a huge prospect. Do we not forget who was the second overall pick in the draft, who the Bears took over Mahomes? Mitch Trubisky. He was more of a highly touted person than Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on, man. We can't go and say Cam Ward is this guy as a prospect when Patrick Mahomes wasn't even the number 1 quarterback in the draft. And while they were on the show, the other co-host, Dominique Foxworth, who I absolutely love, he is a great personality. Love to hear him talk football. He said this in retaliation in an argument. He said, bring up Patrick Mahomes' name if you can at any point in the proceedings. The problem with making the Patrick Mahomes comparisons is that you know that what that conjures in our mind. As in, you think, Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl quarterback, one of the best ever? One of the best ever? Yeah, exactly. And he also said this, I know Patrick Mahomes as a prospect wasn't the number 1 overall pick. However, when you start saying that name, we have expectations of being one of the greatest quarterbacks we have ever seen. Exactly. And then you had Kevin Clark say, as a prospect, just at the beginning. No, you can't say that because the second you say Patrick Mahomes' name, people are going to think the Chiefs. They're not going all the way back into Texas Tech. No, they're not doing that. So let's just pump the brakes here. Pump the brakes. He's not Patrick Mahomes just yet. We can't be comparing that. We have to be comparing it to other quarterbacks, young quarterbacks in the the NFL. Like, Patrick Mahomes is an outlandish statement because he is generational type player. Absolute generational type player. I don't want to go out and say Cam Ward is going to come and be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time because we don't know that. And I'm not willing to go out there and say he's going to be a Hall of Famer just right off the bat. But I am excited for the new culture that is here in Tennessee. I'm excited for a new quarterback here. Will Levis, I love you, buddy. I watched you at Kentucky, but it was time. It was absolute time. And we get a new culture here. And I'm going to talk about in a video later why the Titans can make the playoffs in year 1 of the Cam Ward era. But that'll be another time. But we got to get through the draft first. We have to get through the NFL draft first. A lot of prospects, a lot of players you can still add to this roster. So 9 days away. If you're hyped for the draft, just like I am, please hit that thumbs up icon. Like the video because I love the draft. And you want to support the channel, don't you? So please hit that thumbs up icon. And also don't forget to subscribe. Hit that big red sub button, youtube.com/Titans today. I'm your host, Brett Alper. And as always, tighten up.